alongside of the Rumble, provides more frontline for the Yunara.
I look at these two drafts and it feels very plain to see that Dudu has to carry this game. Like his equalizer, and I mean, Dudu just has no idea.
Hide on bush here. Sponge is here as well. Dudu has to flash. That's not the flash you were looking for, and now he is absolutely dead as the exhaust comes through. Got a little bit close there, but still first.
It's just, I mean, without Prio, it's hard for Bulldog to just hold his ultimate and try to come over and help out the Drake, and then try to deny Yehu from getting over there.
3 grubs on Vision.
Yeah, Quantum is caught as well. There's nobody here.
Yeah. Quantum's like, shouldn't we do something about this, guys?
But Exhaust is going to be very helpful here in this potential defense. Doesn't have a stacked Q, is going to ult.
Yeah, Dudu already tanking the turret, and he's not going down rich as the turret shot gets him. And
an assist worth of gold will go over to Dudu at least in this case, but see if this is a catch.
Oh boy, Yehu has this all too. Bulldog even takes a turret shot, and that's a kill.
They are going to try to come over and contest this dragon, but I just don't see the angle here.
It's too late. It is going to be a Chemtech. They're going to fight anyway. Let's see how that goes, because I think as DRX, you could just look for Yunara and engage onto her, as now that's a very nice wombo combo from the side of DNF, but they're really not doing all that much. Finally, the Timbers does come down, but it's 2 kills to the side of DRX.
Objective feats of strength. They have all the grubs. They have both dragons. Now a 4th in the bag.
All right, just doing a ton of damage to this dragon. Ondil gonna go on in, just presses his ult on a Berserker. They're zoned away, but a lot used here by the side of DRX as down goes Ondil. And finally, the Wukong will follow up, trying to just chip away at that front line. They already got the Annie. The burn on a Pyoshik is enough. And they pulled off of the dragon at the same time, as Pyoshik wasn't there for the smite. And so DRX take another big fight here and another dragon. That's what they call him, Optimistic Ondil. But, yeah, just exerting pressure, I guess, fighting over banana brush control. There's no objective here just yet, but there is Otacon, so just trying to fight for bottom side. Yeah, Teddy going to try to turn around as his team comes up. Here comes Quantum, and now a stun on Ondil. Looks very much caught out. They have tons of stun. Okay. Gonna be secure here from Pyoshik as now the engage comes in, but that's onto the Wukong. That's not the target you want this time, Quantum, as now Pyoshik's gonna go in, provides a frontline for Berserker, doing a ton of damage here on the left side. That Feather Storm was totally useless, and the Feathers do not get clawed back.
They're just gonna have to back out, even maybe looking to try to push the mid turret, but Bulldog's 1 step ahead. Yehu looks for the steal with the weirding, isn't gonna be able to get it, and they're gonna actually pull to Otacon. This means the mid turret should go down. In fact, it will, but I think this is definitely going to be calling worth here for DNF if they could secure this.
I mean, they're already getting poked down a little bit. They got to be extremely careful about this, even in a 5v3 situation.
I mean, Sponge coming over.
Ult's coming in. Like, look at Pyoshik's health bar. This call, he's just dead. Yeah, who just kills him? And they don't know how to smite anymore. And guess who's coming on over? Rich trying to do some damage, but he's going to be taken out. Doesn't quite work out. They only get Pyoshik. This Otacon will go the way of DNF. There's no smite, but it doesn't matter because... And Quantum is trying to join the list right now. We have an equalizer here in mid, so they're trying to set something up. But yeah, I mean, they oftentimes call
this one DRX. It's gonna have to be a great turn. Sponge no flash, but he's in position to Warrior's Trickster ult.
Oh, they're just gonna try to burn it. They're not even turning. Okay, the turn is kind of coming in here. A bit of a go on to Pyoshik as he's getting low. He flashes out of the pit, and that means there is no hope for this Baron. And a bunch of needles coming out. It looks like Rich is too low. They should be able to take him down, as does Berserker.
DRX though, because they do not have any tempo on the map right now.
Sponge doesn't have his...
Flash is so close!
He doesn't have his W either. He's just dead.
DNF be decisive, Valdez? A little bit?
If they're proactive, it gives the Yunara so much room.
Yeah.
If DRX are the ones engaging, sure, the Yunara's going to have trouble, but we haven't really seen DRX have a solid 5-man engage as a team, right? So,
I mean, they're going to get the inner turret and top lane with the Baron buff. Yehu just camping this. He had TP, so he can make the call to do this, but it's in trade for Berserker picking up a turret bottom side. Sure, not the main character here, and DNF have been playing around him so incredibly well, and even though we think, and I think we're right, that DRX have a great comp in Yunara, they haven't been able to overcommit, but I mean, they have a nice angle to potentially flank.
All right, looking for Ondil here. That's a ton of burst damage. They take out the support of DRX, but immediately down goes Quantum as in goes Yehu. kind of going insane on the Aurora, and not necessarily in a good way. He's going to be taken out. Meanwhile, Dudu is going to be they smartly just wait, and the second the TP comes out, maybe DRX were just kind of posturing to make sure he TPs in.
I am liking the position here for DNF quite a lot. I'm just going to get this inner here for free.
Yeah, Pilsik actually pushed through the enemy jungle, put down a control
fight where two people walk out on both sides. I think it's going to be a sweep, whoever wins this fight. The quantum angle
of the engage here. It's on to Bulldog. I mean, that is a decent target, but he gets the timbers out, and that's not going to be great. They finally do get Bulldog, but look at this front line just burning. Teddy goes Teddy! Nearly takes off Berserker's head, but that means that he loses his own, and now Rich is going to, go golden. But I think eventually, yeah, he just goes down. DNF win a very important fight, and we'll look at the Baron.
Yeah, they are pretty low here, so, you know, with the timers of the death respawn timers for DRX, I think an end could have been possible if they had a wave, but they don't. You can see the wave is actually in mid. Yehu pushed that out, so they're just going to get Baron. Can reset full, use that Baron to siege the base. They're going to be real in this one. I think DNF done it, Valdez. Like, can confidently say.
It's just the fact that DRX are also at the same time not really hitting those beats that they need to.
It's like a lot of healing and shielding power that might not necessarily matter in this game. Manny's got a shield. You know, there's some...
Rel, the fact that they're one away, and if they get that is going to be quite big for their chances in this game. All right, looking for something. We got the big zoom in from Jonah Strong. He could feel it as they're trying to go for the front line. Pretty much anyone, and they're just going to press their buttons on a sponge, and the follow-up from Quantum is huge, and the equalizer as well on top of it. DNF are too big to fail. And it is actually coming true. They will win game number 1 as Yehu is also taken down. And DNF are crushing it. The fans are already ready to cry. It's just game 1.
Did not finish today. Did not fail. 909 Berserker. He is the man to carry this one, but his team set him up in every scenario, and it's a crushing victory here. DRX had a nice lead, but it all fell apart. DNF. Another win on the board for you.
It's just Aatrox. That's very much more in his wheelhouse. And Bard.
Bard is incredibly strong with this comp because he can set up so many things. Like, he can set up an Impale, he can set up a Emperor's Divide, he can set up a charge. Did not work out for his Senna game last time around, but...
what happened here? Ondil's just dead!
Ondil's having a rough day, man. Invade Sponge's jungle.
Yeah. It's being very annoying. Doesn't necessarily have to do this as Skarner. You could just try to farm it out, but he got invaded himself. Berserker gets engaged on here in the top lane, as now going to have to use that heal to get away.
Get Rich here. Like, Rich is donezo, man.
I think Dudu could almost just kill him alone, but either way, he's going to have Skarner here to help out. Pilsik with the last hit. As Berserker just backing right in front of them. Down, waiting in the wings, but the wave is being cleared, so they don't really have a wave. Here comes the Talia as well, and they kill the Senna before any of that happens. He's like the one guy on our team that just always kind of knows. Going in onto Quantum. He does not have a splash. He has a ton of healing, but there are 3 guys here ready to eviscerate him, and eventually they will do just that. Sponge says, well, I'll take the kill if you don't want it, Teddy. And Sponge does pick up 1.
Berserker not even gonna ult. Ondil, are you crazy today, or he's really...
it might work. Out of midair, and yeah, he still has his ult, so he's totally fine. Pyosik goes for the Impale, but very much overestimating the amount of damage.
Did not expect that to go as well as it did, but the Alistar ult is still powerful. And that is also going to be another objective picked up here for DRX. You know, that's where you really want to be making sure you can find something. Or Herald, right, which is also spawning in 90 seconds here. Rich does have, right now, his teleport. As Pyosik is caught, question mark?
Yeah, he's getting exhausted. They have the Jin as well for the extra damage. The Sentinel is going to help out a bit, but Pyosik just walking in a straight line, didn't have anywhere else to go.
Down he goes.
Little play down here. Bulldog was, well, bullying Rich. We got TP coming in, but how long is that going to take from the Scion from the top lane? Bulldog, very nice divide. Talia coming on over. Dudu does get here, but it's 4v2. Until, well, the rest of the team comes in, but Bulldog is already dead.
DRX are going to get this Herald for free with the timing of both the control they had topside, that pick in the team fight win bottom, the TP that was available for Rich gets him back up to the...
And on the ball there.
Yeah, a lot harder than it actually looks.
Oh, it's just Hex Soul. Okay.
Just want to remind DNF.
Yeah. You don't really have to fight for this vision. Taking a bunch of damage already is Pyosik, but so did Ondil. We got a wall coming down here. Pyosik will be forced to take a bunch of damage and just rock him into the wall. Meanwhile, Ondil is also taking damage on the front line. Sponge, he's the fed one, but he's nearly going to go down. Flash on in from Dudu, gets the job done. And well, Rich, I mean, trying to frontline here. They got a block for Bulldog as, nearly gets Quantum as well on the backside. But actually a pretty good fight for
Tanks it up. Dudu gets in here. He's able to show up with the TP that he has, get on top of Sponge. Pyosik lives here. The ultimate is...
Yeah, we have a wall coming down, so Yehu says, cool story. But the Bard ultimate gotta keep it alive. Pyosik, he's in the pit. They stop it at 3,600. That's very smart from DRX, but already a ton of damage done to Rich. And that means that maybe it wasn't that smart after all. It's gonna be a flip though. The knockup goes on a Sponge. The timing isn't there. And 5 health and Sponge gets it. That's all you need. Tons of damage though from Bulldog on the right side. Impale goes down onto the front line. Sponge will be the sacrifice, but he picks up the Otacon.
Now, can they get the rest of these members out? I think likely yes. Not the greatest chase comp here. They're gonna look for a shove.
I mean, they should just be able to get Quantum here. I think
Reeds are starting to actually be able to just straight up 5v5 here.
Let's see how this goes. Ondil, nice angle, but he's going to be spotted, and now it's maybe just going to be another flip here as nice Bard ultimate on a Teddy, and that's the one guy. The setup, but the wall actually going to interrupt the Scion, but still the front line here of DNF looking pretty strong, pretty healthy, as Dudu just getting it. Big 3-man knockup from the side of Ondil, but the Dragon goes over to DNF. Bulldog on the run, he gets taken out. And now they just exit. They got the Dragon, though, and that's going to extend this game for so long. Yehu just goes in, and it's actually going to work out amazingly for the team. They get 3 on the backside of that fight, and it looks like they'll get a 4th as well.
And I can't even fault Pyosik for the play. Like, you know, that would seem like a slam dunk, but he just has enough health to get away. I don't even think he had Seraph, since this is very funny. Chase the Scion. Chase the Scion. Keep chasing that Scion.
Yeah, there's no Baron, so...
Then run from the Scions, ironically. That was a fight that looked like it maybe could have actually been the fight that gives... Can you actually win the game if they have Baron? They're going to double TP commit. With no jungler here, they just have to look for the fight win.
Yeah, I mean, Ondil just going to flash away, and I think he just smite this down and go away. So that's totally fine for DRX.
Need to still lose the objective. They will get this turret as consolation. Bounty is
a bit there on Dudu. As now looking for the angle here on a Rich, but he is quite fast. Just going to avoid the ult. Not really going to amount to too much. I like the idea of trying to look for a pick, especially with the Baron push coming on in. And now we have a wall coming in. The knock back on the wall gets sponged into the base. Not sure if they actually wanted that. Pyosik gonna flash on in. It's a trade of a couple, but down will go Dudu. And DRX will like that one.
Incredible synergy between Ondil and Yehu in this, though. Like, Yehu is just like, just go on him, man. It doesn't even matter. I'm gonna flip him. It's done. I have the Tank Buster build, as you mentioned. And he doesn't quite have the Void Staff yet, but he still hurts. And, I mean, Teddy is also huge. And with no ult to delay the game from Quantum here, he's still got half that cooldown left. They can continue to siege. If they get any picks here, I think they just end. And maybe they just slowly push anyways. 40 seconds left on this Baron. They decide to play it safer. Cleaver at the ready. Void over-committing here. There are several wards that Bulldog and Dudu can TP to, but they're just going to go on Pyosik.
Yeah, they're going to find Pyosik here once again. The ult's totally going to miss. This Bard is also a miss so far in this game, and Quantum should be going down here as well. Rich has got the angle on a Bulldog, who is Azir, and has to flash anyway. The two of them, though, I mean, Azir and Senna do so much, but there haven't been any fights where they can really show off their stuff. Now, 10,000 gold the lead. DRX, as long as they don't do a DNF, they should be totally fine in this game. They're going to take down all 3 inhibitors and take the Hex Gates out.
And Rich in the lane where the only defense was there for DNF, where they kind of had that one pushed out a little bit. He's like, nah, not really. I'm on that.
We just have to have one last fight, and that's going to determine how it goes. I feel like they should sync up the waves a little bit better. Ondil very low, actually. Going to take a turret shot on top of it all, so gets redemptions. In goes Rich. He's just trying to find the angle, just trying to push in and take down the turrets. And Dudu quite low, actually. They have so much ability to get through the Scion as the last shot is going to get it done. Berserker lands that ult. You see the chase here from Rich. In goes Bulldog onto that backline, but he's just getting shredded himself. And Berserker just distracted trying to kill an Aatrox. It's not going to happen. The wallets are just too large, and we will have a series on our hands. Game number 3 is on the way as DRX take down game.
Can follow the Galio. I think this is a masterclass pick here for Yehu. It's a pick that he's played a few times. I think definitely has the ability to carry on it. And this comp is kind of all in. Invested in LCK history and strategy. And both have monikers that have the list at the end of them.
Oh, and Yehu has Galio ult too, so he doesn't even have to take any risk. He can just sit mid lane, wait. He doesn't have to face check anything, and he can just press ult when it's time. As now TP is coming in, Nocturne ult utilized. That's the knockup with the Lulu and the Nocturne. And there's the Galio ult from Yehu. But now the counter engage is coming in. The first blood goes to Kaisa. Because now Teddy in a bunch of trouble. He has to run away. Gets cast and flagged to death by the Jarvan. And DNF respond excellently to the setup here of DRX on the Grubs.
Berserker, maybe the Silas steals an ultimate, and Yehu joins as well, and they start bullying Dudu. Instead,
what's going on up here? Rich, yeah, he thought he was safe with his Nocturne hanging around. The second he backs, they go in.
Some lack of judgment is playing through the Sivir, Prio, and push, and Teddy getting big. That's the only way. And it's going to require
Dragon Fight, especially.
I am as well, as it is Hextech Soul again, and this is not favorable.
Yeah, I mean, Bulldog's just outplaying him. Yeah, who's just not hitting anything.
And like, he's on a 1v1, by the way.
Oohs and ahs from the crowd. The flash comes out, but the Cataclysm is there. Yehu with the Kingslayer staying alive. Do they have the damage? It's really the only question, and they do. Absolutely. Let's see how they do. We do see a bit of damage coming in from Berserker and Quantum. They don't have to be there. Going in onto the Kaisa. The ult comes.
Try to be the first one to catch that engage.
Yeah, I mean, Pioshik's standing right here. Nobody's really doing anything. There's the Cataclysm on a Teddy, but the counter with the Paranoia, and the Redemption does come in. The Cask hits that backline, but it's just looking like a bit of a Galio fest in here as the stolen Galio ultimate. Berserker's in a lot of trouble. The smite does go to DRX, but Yehu does get taken out. A very close fight at this point. Big taunt at the very end, but there it is, the kill from Pilshik. He finds his timing after Bulldog sets it up.
You know, Pioshik is here to say no ifs, ands, or buts, but here comes the engage with the Lulu ult.
Yeah, going in onto the Nico. Again, not the best target, but it's going to work. They're going to get Quantum.
If no one else is there, I guess eventually they get him.
Yeah, and honestly, maybe he is the best target. I think actually the Nico may be an easier target even than the Kaisa.
And they can actually TP the Silas in, and he gets the turret
gone. I mean, Sponge is thinking about it, but you can see he's very hesitant. Now they're pushing in as a team, but they see the health bar, and they're like, oh, we got to get out. Nope, 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 we're done with this. That's an Otacon given over for free, essentially, over to DNF. They want to take a fight. They're just diving here as Rich is blown to smithereens, and now we got Sponge jumping straight into the Galio and just dying. DNF are smothering this team, and it's not even close. 11-3. 12-3. Some of their other leads that they've had that have been like extreme late game, you know, they're pushing in, it's 40 minutes, it's been a
basic, straightforward. It hard engages, it kills.
All right, finding it, Quantum sets it up. Rich gonna take a bunch of damage. Now the Nocturne ultimate comes in. Pioshik taking a bunch of damage himself, but it doesn't quite matter as Teddy.
The defense. Dragon goes over here for free. They do not break the base, but Baron is up. Paranoia in. This is actually a bit scarier than it should be.
It's just like full vision on the objective. So, meanwhile, we got Teddy just by himself as in goes Sponge, but trying to flash, trying to get the smite down is not going to happen. The wallets are just too big. DNF are getting it done. Teddy just died.
Everyone's had a role to play across multiple games. It might be Pioshik, to be honest. Like, his synergy with Berserker in the first game, but I don't know, man. With Berserker having this Kaisa performance, plus the fact that he just made Yunara look incredibly broken and untouchable, yeah, might just be Berserker. I think been like Chun Heo, like played slow or something like that. I don't know.
Because it's like 12,500 gold and they're worried, maybe. Honestly, that's fair. But again, this is a very different feel, a very different vibe, even. to the game that they threw.
They are certainly crossing their T's, dotting their I's and J's with this like bulldog top push to look for third inhibitor.
Dotting their O's as well, potentially, depending on language.
Yeah, potential umlaut situation. A's as well as an accented I, even.
How about an accented E?
What about an accented C? Accented N? Maybe they're flipping an exclamation mark.
All right, going on in. Only going to catch the Nocturne here, but the cask is huge. And I think the Wallets have just got the job done here, as it's not the cleanest dive due to actually getting pretty low. Teddy running around a little bit. They got to be careful, but the flash on in, and that is why you pick Jarvan into Sivir, because she cannot run away. And down he will go. Teddy, the last hope of this team here, DRX, look to be the second team to fall to DNF here at the LCK 2025. And DNF, after months of losing, it looks like they have finally figured it out. They have finally been able to put it together and get a victory here once again.
Quantum looks relieved. He steps in. He steps up. Berserker having a nice